here's what's so interesting about it, Rich, is like, and I feel like people forget this sometimes, but what the Bears did is effectively what Philly did last year, and that Philly paid a veteran, a high-end veteran in Sam Bradford, and then brought in a backup in Chase Daniel, and then traded up twice to get Carson Wentz. And yeah, they got lucky on the back end of that by dealing off Sam Bradford after the Teddy Bridgewater injury. But if Carson Wentz is the right quarterback for the next 15 years, no one's going to remember what they paid Sam Bradford or what they paid Chase Daniel. And it's the same thing here. I don't know whether or not Mitch Trubisky or Mike Glennon is the long-term answer here. But I do think that this is the new way of doing things, where you just throw as many darts at the dartboard as you possibly can. Throw resources at the position, because if you get it right, no one's going to remember what you got, what you went through to get there.
Well, that's true, but you're I guess dancing around the third rail here, because the question is do they get it right? I mean, and in
right.
this, and in when the NFL Network first started. No one was really talking much about first practices. You had to look in the agate type in your newspaper to see anything going on for transactions on any front. Now you're looking at social media, and you got the fact that Trubisky fumbled the ball 3 times and snaps over the weekend. So that adds a little bit of pressure to the situation, Albert.
No question. And that's the thing is, like, one of the things I know that they worked on in the spring with Mitch was stuff that you wouldn't think an NFL quarterback would have to work on. Taking a snap, spitting out a play call in the huddle. That's stuff he didn't do in high school or college. Like, he's literally never done that stuff before. And so, I think part of this is, you use 2017 to get answers on Mike Glennon, and the contract allows you to get out from underneath him if he's not the answer. And in doing that, you also get Mitch Trubisky up to speed. Now, I talked to a lot of teams that didn't think any of the quarterbacks this year were first-rounders. And so the fact that somebody gave up what the Bears gave up to go up one spot from 3 to 2 to pick one of those guys, obviously there's doubt. And there are a lot of people who don't think the Bears got it right. But, if you look at it just conceptually and the way it sets up, you take a shot at Mike Glennon, who's never had a full-time shot as an NFL starting quarterback. If it doesn't work, you can bail after a year. And in going through that, you give Mitch Trubisky what he needs, which is, a true redshirt year in 2017.
Well, does John Fox get that same wiggle room, Albert?
No, I mean, look, I don't think anyone's safe here right now. It's been 3 years, and so you need to start to see the team turn some corners. And that's, I think based on what they inherited, the upper management knew that the first 2 years were going to be rough. This is when you have to start to see progress. And I think for everybody here, that means, does Kevin White get on the field? Because he was a high-end pick. Is Leonard Floyd what they thought he was going to be when they traded up for him in 2016? And so I think as much as anything else, for these guys to survive and for there not to be changes in 2018 in Chicago, you have to come at least out of this season thinking, okay, maybe this could be a playoff team next year. I don't know if they're a playoff team right now, but I think at least those young players need to develop where you see that sort of promise coming out of the season.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you liked some of that, get some more of that on the Rich Eisen Show app. Follow all the information you see right here on the Rich Eisen Show.